The Bakersman Collective presents.
I'm still understanding the ins and outs of this study for myself, but the purpose of it was to figure out what happens to terpenes, like in a I guess a laboratory setting. Where do you lose it? Where does it evaporate? Like, they were able to focus on the movement of the terpenes. And I thought that was awesome. So the findings of the study was that at the fresh planted state, a cultivator, the highest expression of monoterpenes like beta-myrcene, alpha-pinene, beta-pinene, and limonene, after 1 week of drying and curing, each of these terpenes decreased significantly. And it broke down at what percentage these terpenes evaporated off.
I would love to check that out, but I could tell you why. The floral scent of terpene, like a lot of plants, the main reason it takes on the smell that it takes on, which would later become the taste, is for basic reasons. Flowers use certain terpenes to attract bugs for pollination. Certain things are to repel bugs. Cannabis produces a lot of different terpenes that repel bugs, that repel mold. So when it's growing, those terpenes would have to be present so that plant doesn't mold, because if it molds, it dies. That plant doesn't want a whole bunch of bugs, because if the bugs come and they wreck the plant, then the plant dies. So it excretes all these terpenes like in really, really like big amounts. And if anybody has ever taken like a tour of a garden or ever grown a weed plant on their own, you know how stinky the shit gets in like its last week or so. Like it really bags. And that's just basically to keep pests and unwanted things away, or to attract something. Like, say a plant may stress itself and produce a certain amount of terpenes to attract something and eat it because it has sprouted seeds. So now that thing eats the weed and then goes and poops somewhere, and now those seeds, which is essentially the same genetics, is now able to thrive somewhere else.